Welcome back, everybody, to Stratego. Forgive my deception. I had to ensure that you were willing to aid or help. My name is Arthur Wesley, 1st Duke of Wellington. I am the leader to stop it. Although the Emperor is gone, his loyals still remain. That is virtual to Salzenburg. Venture to Salzenburg to go find their flag and beat them up and bank them and say, "Don't do that. That's bad. That's a bad boy." Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of bombs. And it's very unlikely that they're gonna run into them like that scout just did. I mean, they may sacrifice another scout on another bomb here, I don't remember. But, usually they only do that once. So, a television show I find kind of weird is Young Sheldon. It's a spin-off of The Big Bang Theory following... I wouldn't say the worst character in that show, but certainly not the best character by any stretch. Not the best character. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Scouts fight each other to the death. Yay. Huh. One of the other things I gotta not do over the weekend is take a nap. I've been taking naps on like Saturday when I haven't had anything to do. And I've found it very difficult to fall asleep on Saturday afternoon. Even though the nap feels really good for like an hour, like I end up staying up like well past 12 o'clock after taking a nap. Which is unusual because I usually go to bed around 10:30ish. So to be up that long just for an extra hour, you know, sleep during the day doesn't really work for me. Plus, it's been relatively cold lately, so sleep's been a lot easier to get because of the cooler temperatures. I feel like in some of the nights where it was really warm and we had the fan on, I didn't sleep a wink, or barely a wink. Alright. We're gonna lose. Area is pretty easy to close off in terms of, hey, you want to walk in front of my marshal? I will kill you. You ever wonder how long it would take for a forest to regrow? Like, say you clear cut the forest, took all the stumps out, okay? You've had materials, you know, bulldozers and that in your plant, you know, soil, clean it up, turn it over, get rid of the old stuff underneath. They're kind of doing like a lasagna garden thing where you're putting some waste down in between layers of grass and, compost. I can't remember what it's called right now. Don't say wins this race, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to be doing a lot of ring around the rosy here, I think, because, again, my flag is uncovered, and if a strong opponent, like a 9, gets past me, I'm going to be dead. And at the same time, I want to try to keep my 9, 10, and 8 alive, at least until I get tricked into taking a character that ends up standing right next to a spy, that is. This may be the longest mission I do. I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be a lot of what the computer's willing to give me. And I'm very much down on what I can and cannot do. And a situation like that where I try to go aggressive could be my downfall if I have the wrong unit. So... yeah, see, there's a colonel. So yeah, I gotta do this. Because I gotta create at least a stalemate situation where if he tries to go to my left, I take him. If he tries to go past me on the right, I take him. At the same time, we want to try to keep, because we're down in our overall numbers, and it's very unlikely they're going to run into a bomb. Want to try to keep as many units as possible. And yeah, and if you're gonna let my 9 pass right by you, yeah, I'm gonna try to take you. There's the colonel. I'm gonna move you out of the way. Okay for right now. Try and get the miner out of there. And follow me as much as he likes. That's fine. Yeah, taking that bomb would be safe, but then the computer would know that that's a miner. Not that the computer necessarily plays by those rules, but whatever. And what I'm afraid of is this is a spy. If this is a spy, it's gonna cost me, you know, my big guy. Whereas I have his Marshall pinned in by my spy. So as soon as he goes about trying to move that, unless he tries to backdoor it out, it'll take a long time to do. He will not be moving that Marshall for a bit. Of course, I don't want to lose my spy either, because he's, you know, acting as a blockade. Yep, there goes my miner. So if there were any mines to the right-hand side, they are now all death traps for me. Cookie. Ring around the rosy. I'm prioritizing whatever this fucking thing is. Here, you want to come down here? We'll fight it out. Yep, that's the smarter move. Yeah, I can play Ring Around the Rosie with you, honey. Get you back into position. I think we're okay here. Pretty sure the 9 is next to the other 9. That'll take care of that. There goes the 9. We should be able to clean out the rest of this, and then it'll just be an experiment as to right, you're dead. The experiment is to where the flag is, and can I get it? No miners left on the field. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking for things that are moving, and then I'm trying to take them. And now my spy's dead. Great. That was unfortunate because he's what's holding the major from coming back, but yep, he's also dangerous because if you let him, he could slide in. Not very difficult, but he could technically slide in a couple moves. Alright, we're gonna block your ass in. Yep, we know those are marshals, that's okay. And that's the game. Excellent, Commander. I see why Baron Valen was so easily outmatched by you. Lord, I've received that Napoleon has escaped Elba. Alright, let's move on to the last mission, which I presume is Waterloo. Or whatever you would call it. Commander, this is at Napoleon's last stand. The day will mark the end of Napoleon power and the beginning of a new era. Commandant, I will take no pity in wiping you out, you treacherous pig. So this definitely has multiple marshals and multiple generals on the board. So we're gonna try to avoid them as best we can. Focus on a primary strategy of, you know, bringing out the the marshal to basically take everything comes in his way out, and then hopefully we'll trade the marshal for another marshal, so we don't, you know, lose him in such a frivolous manner. Yep, there's the other marshal. Great. So there's another marshal actually hiding in and around. Alright, we'll just start over. Kind of wanted to keep my marshal alive because of that exact reason, is that you want to got two marshals. You need to you need to save your marshal from taking out his marshal and or spy, and it gets difficult when, at least in this mission, of luring out the marshal to a point where a spy can take him, whereas you draw it, you know, you're right next to the character, so you either drawn out to draw, or you create the draw, you know, depending on who attacks or defends next. I'm also watching the second season of Blood of Zeus, which is kind of weird because that was a show that I thought was okay. It was good. It wasn't great. The way Netflix goes, I just expect anything that's not a complete, it's either A, not being completely funded by the creator, or B, isn't a smash hit immediately to get canceled. Like, I really liked Inside Job. Was not anything terribly special. It was sort of like, you know, that level of like Futurama-esque comedy where it's like, hey, it turns out there's a secret society that controls everything, and we just happen to work for them. Yep, what we want to do here is we want to try to dance around as long as we can with our marshal. Possible, we want to try to have the marshal get taken by a their marshal, that is, not mine, get taken by a spy. So that's what we're trying to set up for. Pretty safe there because I'm pretty sure the marshal's what's here, 1, 2, 3 spaces ahead of the spy. We're going to try to lure him in so that he takes it and I can use my spy to him. Goodbye, Captain. I mean, your marshal can do a ton of damage so long as you don't run to the spy. or again, in this case, another marshal. So, more guys I can take, the better. Hoping you would take that, you jerk. Am doing pretty good right now. So, running. Here's the other marshal. He's directly north of mine. So once we get him out of that spot, we'll be clear to take off, as they say. Yep. Okay. I don't want to find out there's a bomb there. That's fine. Suicide. Boom. Alright, we can bring up a guy or two, and we'll attack the flag where we have a pretty good idea of where it is now. There's the other marshal. You're dead. You idiot. Alright, they should be over here in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more turns. Yep, here's another marshal. It's the third fucking marshal on this fucking board. Isn't that ridiculous? That's the end. 5 more commander. The Wrath of Bonaparte is finally over. Old Emperor will be exiled to St. Helena. Defeated by you. How? It's the end. And this is some weird ass music. You know, like something that doesn't quite fit the rest of this game. Anywho, we're gonna cut this, and when we come back, we'll be playing something different. So until then, hope you have a good one.